In come the Dodgers for a pivotal three-game set. Let's see if the Birds can stay hot. Come hang out with me. Let's talk about it. Let's go O's! What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bobst here, and welcome to the Baltimore Bobst YouTube channel where we discuss all things Baltimore Orioles. In this episode, we're going to talk about this pivotal upcoming three-game set with the LA Dodgers right after our Baltimore Orioles swept the Miami Marlins. So, without further ado, the Los Angeles Dodgers bring into Camden Yards a 53-39 record, and they are currently first in the NL West. Now, the Dodgers yesterday, they just lost to the New York Mets 2-1 in 10 innings, but they did win their previous 6 baseball games. So this is a hot team, this is a good team, and there is no rest for the weary if we're going to keep pace with the Tampa Bay Rays. So let's get into some of the Dodgers leaders. So Mookie Betts, he's leading the Dodgers right now with 27 round trippers and 65 ribeyes. I mean, it's Mookie stinking Betts, man. The guy can stink and play. And then Freddie Freeman is leading the team with a .317 batting average. The Baltimore Orioles are led by my man, switch hitter, so sweet, Anthony Santander, with 17 dingers and 54 ribeyes for himself. Austin Hayes is leading the team with a .310 batting average coming into this series. So, an injury update just to keep in mind. My man Cedric Mullins is still day-to-day. He's got that quad issue. And then Aaron Hicks has also been listed day-to-day as well. So hopefully those guys can get healthy and hopefully that they can be in the lineup here soon. But without further ado, game 1. So the Dodgers are going to send out right-handed pitcher Emmett Sheehan, who's 2-0 with a 4.35 ERA and a 1.06 whip. Now, there is no history that I could find between any of the Birds and this pitcher, so it'll be really interesting to see how the young Baltimore Orioles approach him. And every time I see that R in front of handed pitcher, I salivate, like I say all the time, because of all the great left-handed bats in the Birds lineup. So you know that they are going to be real deep with left-handed batters in today's lineup. First pitch, 7:05. So, the Baltimore Orioles will counter Sheehan with exciting news. Grayson Rodriguez is recalled from Norfolk, and he is going to get the nod tomorrow in Game 1 of this series, and we are going to see what Grayson has learned in AAA. And by all accounts, he has been stinking dominant. His time in AAA this year, 4-0 with a 1.96 ERA. Man, the guy's he's got a 1.09 whip. He has been stinking lights out in Norfolk. So, the Birds saw what they needed to see, and they said, hey, Grayson, we can use your services. So, it'll be interesting to see if he can carry that over to the show. Now, it's going to be a fantastic matchup. Obviously, I want to know how G-Rod has improved in his couple of months down in AAA. It should be an exciting stinking baseball game. And not only that, just to see what he can bring to the table in the long run. You know, the playoff aspirations that Baltimore has, we still are looking for that solid 5th option in the rotation. So, let's go, G-Rod. Come on, baby. Game 2. Another 7:05 first pitch where the Dodgers will send out right-handed pitcher Michael Grove. Ooh, left-handed batters galore. He's going to bring his 1-2 record and a 6.89 ERA with a 1.55 whip into Camden Yards to battle our Birds. Now, couldn't find anything about any of the Orioles' history with Grove as well. But, you know, we'll see how the Orioles approach Grove as well. Now, the Baltimore Orioles at the time of this video, they have not released their starting pitcher for Game 2. So, I think that'll be an interesting matchup, sandwiched in between game 1 and 3. And we'll get into game 3 right here. So the LA Dodgers will send out left-handed pitcher Julio Urias, who has a 7-5 record and a 4.35 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP. Now, Adam Frazier is 2 for 9 with a double. Jorge Mateo is 0 for 2. James McCann is 1 for 2, and Anthony Santander is 0 for 1 lifetime versus Urias. Now, the Baltimore Orioles will counter him with my man Dean Kramer, who just had a fantastic game 1 against the Marlins. Real good start. Got him his 10th win of the season, so my man's in double digits. Way to go, Dean. He's got a 4.59 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. Now, JD Martinez is the only Dodger with any experience against Dean Kramer, and it's a respectable 3 for 10. And JD has knocked him around for 3 doubles, and he's also drawn 2 walks. So he's got a pretty good little ordeal going with Dean Kramer, but it'll be interesting to watch Dean battle. So like I said in the beginning, there is no rest for the stinking weary. I said it in my preview for the Marlins. The Birds are in the still the beginning stages of 4 different baseball teams that at the time, right after the All-Star break, were 50 games above 500. So they are playing really good baseball teams. It's impressive what they did against the Marlins. We need to see, can they keep it up against the Dodgers? Should be a fantastic series. Now, what do I think is going to transpire? I think my man Grayson comes up and he's got a little juice about him. You know, he started the season with the Birds, got knocked around a little bit, goes down to AAA, learned some things, learned some patience, get some things fixed, tuned up. Now he's coming back up. He's got some juice. And I think that juice is just good enough for the Birds to come out on top in game 1, especially with all those left-handed bats in the lineup. You got to love it when they can stack that side of the plate. So I think Grayson is going to come out there, and he is going to stinking ball out. Don't really have much to say about game 2 because I really don't know who the Birds are going to put out there on the mound. That's obviously a huge factor. But game 3, you know, I think Dean Kramer is going to do what he's been doing. He's going to give you a solid outing. He's going to give you a chance to stink and win baseball games. And I think the Birds look good in games 1 and 3. Now, if Baltimore can take 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, I think that's a very successful series. And that's exactly what I'm expecting to transpire. 2 out of 3. Heck, I'd love to sweep them, you know, just like we did the Marlins. But I will settle for 2 out of 3. And I think that is a realistic outcome of this series. So, let's see if the Birds can stay hot. It's going to start today with that 7:05 first pitch. Go Birds.